If you look inside my closet, you'll see that I have a pretty good number of cosplays. And a lot of that may be is because I really do have a good number of them. Now, I'm not just talking about the normal variety such as sci-fi and comic books. I also mean the incredible kinds from stuff like movies, TV shows, video games, and anime. And I love the hell out of them. I enjoyed looking like the characters I dress up as, and whenever I wear one at a convention, the experience was well worth it. So I'm doing a series talking about every single one of them. We're gonna analyze every single bit of them, how well they turned out, and if it's well worth it. So sit back, relax, and get your sewing needles ready, because this is CGS, aka A Cosplayer's Guide to Success. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, you're looking behind Baron Bunny, so yeah. I think you look actually quite nice, do you? Oh, that's good to hear. Yeah, sorry about that. I didn't see you guys there for a second. I guess I was just a little bit too busy, pretty much taking care of Baron Bunny as of now, but hey, I guess it makes sense. Give it to what I'm wearing, so yeah, I'm gonna set you right back over here. There you go, But yeah, anyways, welcome back everyone to another episode of course, CGS, aka A Cosplayer's Guide to Success, and as you can see, right here, I'm of course, once again cosplaying as Outrider Amber, reporting for duty, or just basically Amber from Genshin Impact, once again, for sure, but I guess you can pretty much know the drill at this point, So yeah, anyways, I kind of figured for today's episode of course, this show, yeah, I guess it's after what I've actually been through during the last episode, for sure, because yeah, let's face it, pretty much my Ballerina Barber cosplay completely, pretty much, you know, with all the changes and additions added to it, it was actually quite nice, for sure, and yeah, I think I've actually been through a whole lot doing more of the ballet dancing and that's cosplay, but I figure for today's episode that I'm gonna be doing for sure, I figure I would probably do something that's also a little different for sure, because yeah, given to of course the cosplay I'm actually wearing for sure, yeah, I actually got to wear this for, of course, a certain event that happened not too long ago that I figure I would do a little recap for sure, of course, this show, so yeah, and of course, for today's episode, we're going to be doing a little recap, of course, a event I actually went to not too long ago, which is, of course, Area 51 Free RPG Fest this year, so yeah. I guess it's kind of figure out why we're gonna do it for sure, and yeah, and in case a lot of you guys may be wondering, Area 51 Free RPG Fest is of course a small little mini-con that happened not too long ago, that actually took place on Saturday this past weekend in honor of course, Free RPG Day, right around this past weekend, so yeah, I guess a lot has of course occurred around that time for sure, and boy, it was a whole lot of fun to actually go there for sure, and of course I might as well pretty much show you guys a little recap on what's actually happened on Saturday, the day for sure, So yeah, that's kind of what I figure that I would do for today's episode for sure. I'm going to give you guys a little recap, of course, what's actually happened pretty much on that day and how it actually went for sure, because yeah, there is a lot for me to talk about for sure, and I got a lot to say for sure, so So yeah, with that being said, let's go ahead and dive right into, of course, what we're actually going to be in for. So yeah. Okay, so now that we got the introduction out of the way, let's go ahead and recap, of course, pretty much everything that's happened during Area 51 free RPG Fest this year. So yeah, I guess if anything, pretty much to give you guys a full idea, I think the main event has of course occurred over at a nice little shop over at the Cortland Corset building that happened not too long ago, which is of course Area 51 and the Crow's Nest Online, to which if you actually are quite curious, it specializes in of course selling all sorts of games and stuff, like of course board games, card games, tabletop games, everything you name for sure. But they also provide of course some nice 3D printing for sure, and of course some nice t-shirt printing as well. So yeah, there's a whole lot that they actually have provided for sure, and yeah, if you actually have followed me on social media for sure, you would definitely know that I actually currently work there for sure, to which yeah, it was actually quite nice to actually do for sure. Not really much from what I could gather, except doing a bit of cleaning here and there and all that sort of stuff. But I actually really do like, of course, what they actually have provided, and even pretty much my supervisor, aka the store's owner, Frank, as well as of course my co-workers and stuff, are definitely fun to have around for sure. Though yeah, part of me does kind of want to feel bad for, of course, not getting a job over at Crown City Cinemas, because that actually would have been much better, but hey, I really do love my job over at Area 51 for sure. So yeah, I do highly recommend checking that place out for sure if you're in the Cortland County area for sure. So yeah, and of course, pretty much, if anything, as I established at the end of my thoughts video that I did on Inside Out 2, I actually pretty much got to volunteer to actually be part of their special little event that they actually got going on for sure, and yeah, pretty much basically pretty much what I actually got to do for sure is that's where it actually ties in for sure. I actually, yeah, believe it or not, for the first time ever, and of course on my end, I actually got to vend a table for sure. So yeah, honestly, throughout my time going to conventions, I always love browsing around other vendors and artists for sure, and sometimes I would actually buy something from there that would actually pique my interest for sure. But this was actually the first time I actually tried vending a table for sure, and yeah, and luckily enough, I'm not the only one who has actually done it for sure. I've also shared the exact same table with, of course, another cosplayer in my area, which is, of course, Casual Crowe, to which I do highly recommend checking out her stuff, but I'll get more onto that later on for sure. So yeah, I guess seeing how it is my first time vending a table for sure, I pretty much have no idea, of course, what I'm actually going to be in for sure. So I decided to turn to, of course, several cosplayers, and but particularly Shelly Pub on Instagram, to which I did mention several episodes ago, in case a lot of you guys may be wondering, for any sort of advice that I might be willing to take that can really help me out, and of course try my hand at vending a table for sure. And luckily enough, I did get some good advice back for sure, and even laid out a perfect blueprint for what I think it's gonna look like for sure. So yeah, that's pretty much what I actually can say. So I guess a lot of you guys are quite curious. What did my table actually look like for sure? Well, that's where things definitely come into play for sure, because, well, as you can see from, of course, the cell phone footage the footage that I actually captured on, of course, my cell phone, yeah, I pretty much laid out, of course, pretty much what I've actually got set up, give it to the space I've actually give for sure, just basically setting up all sorts of signage and display signs that I've actually crafted myself, which you'll definitely see later on, and even my own set of prints that I actually have for that I want to put up for a sale for sure. So yeah, and of course, we were actually placed, our table was actually placed out of the lobby of course, pretty much the main shop itself, to which honestly is not that bad of a location for sure. I really do think it's a really great build-up before what you're going to be getting yourself into for sure. But I will admit, it was, of course, very hot and sweaty for sure, because, yeah, it was, of course, a warm, sunny day around the time we were actually there, and for while the weather actually did cooperate for sure, it was, of course, very hot out for sure, and yeah, it was kind of hard for me and Crowe to take the heat for sure, but we pulled through with what we got regardless, so no big deal, of course, that front, So yeah, I think that's pretty much what I could say, of course, on that front. And honestly, to me, I think me working with, of course, Casual Crowe, of course, our table together was actually quite nice for sure. I mean, I actually did run into a Crowe several times in the past for sure, but this is actually a really great way for me and her to actually work together for sure. And I think we actually did pull through quite well for sure. We did spark up several conversations while we were there, and not to mention, we actually did pretty much provide the people coming in with, of course, what we have to offer for sure, at, of course, our table. So yeah, honestly, to me, I think it was actually quite nice for sure. I was definitely taking note, of course, on what Crowe has actually done, has actually given to me for sure. So yeah, I think that's pretty much what I could say on, of course, that front. So yeah, now I guess I might as well jump right into, of course, what I've actually put up on, of course, my of course, on my side of the table Crowe and I shared for sure. So yeah. Alrighty then, so yeah, now that we got everything out of the way for sure, of course, the bare basics for sure, we might as well show off, of course, what I put up on my table for sure, that I was venting around that time, and we might as well start off with, of course, the display signs, starting off with this, So yeah, what I actually got right here is, of course, this custom-made, pretty much display sign right here that is, of course, originally meant for, of course, a possible tablecloth that I might actually do later on, and yeah, nothing too basic. Actually showcase me, as well as, of course, my logo, all of my social media handles, and, of course, my slogan, and, of course, pretty much my email address, as you can see here, to anyone who wants to get in contact with me for sure. So yeah, and, of course, interesting thing too is that this, alongside all the others that you'll see later on for sure, these are actually made of course, some pieces of course, some pretty much a Domino's large pizza box that me and my family actually have lying around for sure, and yeah, pretty much all I did is, of course, I pretty much cut the pieces out and, of course, hot glued them together, and, of course, painted them a nice shade of yellow for sure, to really help blend things in for sure, because, yeah, I guess if anything, the main color background, of course, everything, of course, my YouTube channel, and, of course, my social media is, of course, oh, and even my business cards as well is usually pretty much a nice graying of course, orange and yellow for sure, which I think is actually a really good blend for sure. So yeah, that's, of course, one sign that I actually started off with for sure. So yeah, and, of course, moving on from there, we've, of course, got this one I also did as well, which, of course, is basically pretty much another one of the display signs I've actually created, which is of course I've actually was lucky enough to make a custom-made QR code for sure, to which yeah, basically the purpose of course this one is to have pretty much it actually gives people one of two options. Either you can take one of my business cards that I was lucky enough to bring with me for sure, or you can scan the QR code that'll take you to, of course, my link tree for sure, where, of course, you can find my YouTube channel and, of course, my social media for sure, to which I have to say, yeah, I really did a good job making this custom-made QR code for sure, and I was really impressed, of course, how it actually turned out for sure. So yeah, and of course, for those who are wondering, pretty much a good small amount of my business cards were, of course, giving out to people who came by to my side of the table. So that's actually a plus from there for sure. But yeah, I think it would have been awesome to actually see anybody scan the QR code for sure. But hey, I think it makes sense to include that, as well as, of course, my business cards for sure, so that way people can choose for sure. But yeah, nevertheless, I'm actually really quite proud of course, this one alongside the last one from earlier. So yeah. Alright, and next up, we've of course got pretty much another one right here, which is of course a nice little basic one, and it's of course on this. So yeah, basically I've actually created this one for sure to help display the 8x10 print that I will be showing off later on for sure, to show that it's only exclusively onto, of course, my Patreon for to which, yeah, in case a lot of you guys are wondering, I do offer pretty much the 8x10 pretty much prints, of course, on my Patreon that I will most certainly autograph and send to you for sure, with, of course, one going from $30 a month to, of course, two of them that I will work on for you at about $55 a month for sure. So yeah, I figure I would actually make this just to show people to have the 8x10 one that I actually got on display is only exclusively on my Patreon for sure. And honestly, I think I actually I also did a good job, of course, this one for sure. And the way I actually worked out, of course, the logo for Patreon is, of course, pretty much a really good satirization of course, the current logo Patreon has as of right now for sure. So yeah, I guess either way, I am really quite thrilled on how well that turned out. So yeah. Alright, and last but certainly not the least, we've of course got this one right here for sure, to which yeah, it's basically this one I actually dig is basically a little price display, of course, what I actually have provided for, of course, on my table, where, of course, I did mention pretty much the 8x10 print is, of course, a Patreon exclusive, while, of course, I also provided pretty much this one of the top, saying that the 4x6 prints that I have provided is only about $2 each. So yeah, I think it's probably what I can say, of course, on that front for sure. So yeah, the 8x10 one that I put up on display is only exclusive onto my Patreon, so that way people will get the idea, while the 4x6 ones that you'll definitely see later on, I actually have a set price for about $2 each for sure. So yeah, nothing too basic on, of course, this one. I've, of course, pretty much yeah, I think unlike the last ones I actually did, this one I actually, yeah, this price tag that I actually dig is, I actually wrote onto that with, of course, a pretty much a black Sharpie for sure, which is actually a funny thing too, is to have, honestly, I actually brought my Sharpies alongside with me, yeah, in hopes that as an option, I could actually autograph the prints that you actually wanted to purchase for sure. So So yeah, honestly, I wish I could have actually done that for sure, but again, I'm just only starting out for sure, so. But hey, I guess give to all the signs I've actually pretty much showed off to you. It's nothing too complicated. I need to start off with, of course, something, but I guess in terms of what I've actually done craftsmanship-wise, aside from, of course, my cosplays for sure, I think I did a fine job with, of course, all those. And yeah, nothing much else I can say, of course, those for sure. I think I actually did a fine job with, of course, all them for sure. So yeah. Alrighty then, so yeah, now that we got the signs out of the way, and I just realized that I think I might have messed up on, of course, the headband, so I did a little switch over for sure, which, yeah, I guess it's looking much better now, so yeah, I think now that I mentioned the prints for sure, I think we might as well show them off for sure, So yeah, I guess for starters, I've of course got the 4x6 prints that I actually was selling at my table around that time for sure, and yeah, I was lucky enough to get those worked out on, of course, Walmart Fogo, which they've always done a great job on, of course, all that, and luckily enough, I actually did selected 6 of my cosplays that I've actually gone for sure for prints, like of course we've of course got me as Venti, as well as of course let's see, oh yeah, we've of course got me and my Beacon Dance Ruby Rose cosplay for my photo shoot that I did with of course Arian Eastman, who actually was lucky enough to get all organized with me, so that was a lot of fun to do. And let's see, yeah, it looks like yeah, there we go. So yeah, and of course, this next one we got is, of course, me as Amber, like what you're seeing right now. And yeah, look at that. Yeah, it looks like I'm holding a good old Baron Bunny for sure, as you saw earlier. And of course, we got me and of course my ballerina Barbara cosplay for my photo shoot that I did a couple of years ago when I went to the Cortland Performing Arts Institute for my photo shoot, which was a lot of fun to do. And alright, and this next one for sure is of course me as Miss Kobayashi when I went cosplaying as her a couple of years ago over at Toricon for sure. And finally is, of course, me as a Tuxedo Mask from Sailor Moon when I went out cosplaying as him back at Anime Boston back in 2018 for sure. So yeah, those prints that I have pretty much listed on, of course, the cosplays I've selected. Those are actually what I've decided to do for, of course, for me selling at my table for sure for about $2 each for sure. And yeah, around that time, I actually started off with, of course, 10 prints for sure for me to actually work out on for sure as a good way to start. And sadly, apparently around the time I actually did, none of these were actually, yeah, pretty much none of these actually were selling quite well for sure. And yeah, unlike the business cards, where of course a few number of people actually did take quite a few for sure. I guess I was left with Diddly Squad with of course selling the prints for sure, but that isn't until sometime later when I almost thought about calling it quits for sure when one of my co-workers actually came by and actually bought 5 of the prints I've already had selected for sure at about $10 for sure. So yeah, I guess there is some good thing. I guess that is something good I actually got out of course, pretty much that for sure. But other than that, it seems like I didn't actually, yeah, it seems like I actually pretty much was left with nothing sold around my side of the table for sure. I don't know, maybe I think it's because a few people actually pretty much didn't actually thought about buying those for sure, or maybe I guess there was a little people for sure. So So yeah, but I guess if anything, I think it's what I can say, of course, that front for sure, but either way, I'm still quite happy with the 4x6 ones that I've actually got printing out for sure, that I did try to sell for sure, so yeah. And of course, to top it all off, since I did mention the Patreon exclusive for sure, here's the 8x10 one that I actually got right here. So yeah, and of course, once again, is of course on me as Amber from Genshin Impact holding Baron Bunny for sure. To which yeah. Again, I think this one you see right here, I actually thought I would put it up for a display for, of course, as of course on my Patreon exclusive that I would display on my table for sure. And I have to say, give it to that. I think the 8x10 print actually turned out quite well, and basically, what I actually thought I did is that I would pretty much cover up this print with, of course, part of the sign for sure, if I can get a good enough angle. And yeah, there we go. This was, of course, the approach I was actually going for sure, as of course, serving it as like a little sneak peek to, of course, what you're actually gonna be in for sure. So yeah. Honestly, I think I've actually been meaning to, of course, pretty much promote my Patreon a whole lot more, and I think this is actually a good way to, of course, help the alga for sure. So yeah, I guess if anything, pretty much it's what I can say for everything that I want to put up for, of course, my table for sure. So yeah. Alrighty then, so yeah, now that I got everything taken care of course, pretty much what goes on with, of course, me vending my own table for the first time. I'm sure a lot of you guys may be wondering what else occurred during Area 51 Free RPG Fest this year for sure. Well, it's actually quite interesting to say it for sure, because it's not just me and Crowe vending a table for sure, but we also got the opportunity to host the Cosplay Contest for sure. That also happened around that time, and yeah, a lot of stuff has actually happened for sure, and it's not just for the fact that we were hot and sweaty for sure, but around the time I've actually got to the event in this cosplay for sure, yeah, a lot has, of course, happened for sure. Like, of course, I actually forgot to bring these goggles for sure that I didn't actually notice right up until sometime later, so oops on that. And of course, yeah, let's not forget to mention, I think pretty much my pyro vision that I actually have in one of the bags on the side actually came loose and broke off for sure, but thankfully nothing got cracked or, of course, shattered to pieces for sure. Yeah, but yeah, if you actually pretty much if you actually see for yourself, yeah, I think pretty much yeah, I don't know if you can actually see it, but yeah, I think the pyro vision pretty much right down where, of course, where yeah, pretty much on this side for sure, yeah, just for this video is the yeah, it literally did broke off for sure, and fell to the ground, and yeah, I was really quite surprised to actually see that for sure, but luckily enough, yeah, it was not a big loss for sure. I did manage to super glue this back together for sure, so it's good as new as of now, so yay on that. And yeah, a lot of stuff is actually happening with, of course, me and my cosplay for sure. And oh yeah, even one of the bra straps sometime later broke off for sure. And that was right around after the event for sure. So yeah. But luckily enough, my mom was, of course, lucky enough to pretty much get me pretty much a new set of course, these bra straps that I actually have on with, of course, this cosplay right now, alongside finally getting my Blu-ray copy of Oshinoko that I ordered off of Amazon, which I have to say is really quite awesome, and I'll be sure to go more into depth on, of course, that's anime later on in a future video, but we'll have to wait and see on that. But yeah, a lot of stuff has actually occurred for sure, but I guess regardless of course, that front, I still want to give it all I got for, of course, the cosplay contest that me and Crowe were actually hosting around that time. And if you have seen the video that I've actually put up earlier this week, for sure, the cosplay contest actually turned out quite well, for sure. We only had about 4 entries that actually got to pretty much participate for sure, and of course we actually had to determine the winner through, of course, a ballot system that they actually implemented for sure, to which is actually quite nice for sure. So yeah. I guess if anything, there was not much going on, but the cosplay contest actually turned out quite well for sure. Not particularly the best I've actually seen, but hey, I guess for my first time hosting it alongside Crowe, I say he actually pretty much went pretty well for sure. So yeah, it's not a huge loss from what I can gather. So yeah. Alrighty then, so yeah, I think that's everything that I actually can say to recap the event, but I can't just leave it off at just that. Oh, no, yeah, I can see how I don't have actually enough to do a full-on What the Pickup episode in its entirety. I think I might as well show off some stuff I actually got while I was actually at the event for sure, So yeah, and I guess for starters, pretty much of anything, I've of course got these wonderful 3D printed coins for sure for Area 51 to be used as store credits for sure, to which I have to say is actually quite nice. And yeah, look at how well it turned out on, of course, this side, and of course the back side as well, or I guess in this case, heads and tails for sure. So yeah, I say these actually turned out quite amazing for sure. I'm really impressed, of course, the level of detail they actually put into, of course, this one for sure. And like I said, they're actually meant to be used as credits for if you want to buy anything at the shop for sure. So yeah, I know I'll definitely put them to a good use, and the 3 that I actually got right here is, of course, pretty much at each about $10 each for sure. So yeah, hopefully I think if there's something good at the shop that I'm willing to pick up if, yeah, once I get done with, of course, pretty much another shift at my job for sure. I think I might be able to pick it up and of course buy them using these for sure. So yeah, I'm really quite thrilled with, of course, all those. And of course, speaking of which, give it to, of course, yeah, again, give it to, for the fact that I am cosplaying as a Genshin Impact character, I actually got this small bag of more coins as well, so yeah. And I guess it's actually quite interesting because, well, if you actually may recall right around yesterday for sure, I actually did do a What the Pickup episode, of course, all these more coins for sure, and you would definitely know that I really do enjoy them for sure. I think they really did an incredible job with all those for sure. So yeah. And yeah, luckily enough, I was originally going to buy them with, of course, the store credits that I actually got. But luckily enough, I actually did get these on the house for sure. So, oh, excuse me. So yeah, I actually did get these more coins on the house for sure, and I was really impressed to actually get those for sure. So yeah, I guess it's what I can say, of course, that from, but yeah, regardless of course, all that, I really do love these more coins for sure, and yeah, if you haven't actually got those, if you're a Genshin Impact fan for sure, I highly say you do so. They're definitely well worth it for sure. So yeah. But I guess it doesn't stop there, because the last 2 that I want to show off are, of course, on pretty much on what I also got from, of course, yeah, pretty much on the house for sure, or I guess in this case, given to me by, of course, pretty much Casual Crowe, who actually vended the table alongside with me for sure, and I'll show it to you right now, and I guess for starters, I've of course got this lovely button themed to, of course, Misa from, of course, Death Note for sure, to which honestly, I think she actually did a good job with, of course, this button for sure, and let's not forget to mention, aside from being a great cosplayer, she's also a really great artist for sure, and yeah, pretty much, if anything, you can definitely see the details she's actually put into, of course, this one for sure, so yeah, I guess either way, I really do love this button for sure, so yeah. Alright, and finally, I also was lucky enough to pick this up from, of course, Crowe as well. Basically, all it is, of course, pretty much what's meant to be her take on, of course, her own phone charm for sure, which I have to say is actually quite nice. Yeah, I mean, who doesn't love a good phone charm for sure? And of course, on one side, it, of course, got her Instagram and TikTok listed for sure, and on the other side, it's, of course, got her Etsy shop pretty much available for sure, So yeah, I guess either way, I'm really digging on how well this actually looks for sure, and yeah, I can really admire the pretty much the way she actually put this whole thing together for sure. So, but yeah, I guess either way, I guess it's pretty much what I could say on that front for sure. So yeah, thank you so much, Casual Crowe, for that. And so yeah, I guess with everything that I have to say, that's pretty much everything that I can say for, of course, this little recap for sure. So yeah, I guess overall, despite, of course, some mishaps and all the other stuff that has, of course, some massive downsides, I will have to say Area 51 Free RPG Fest this year was definitely a whole lot of fun this year for sure. And yeah, honestly, I think they really did pull off a really nice little mini-con they actually did for sure, and I wouldn't necessarily qualify as like a main convention that I would actually go to for sure, but yeah, or at least one that's pretty much a full-on convention all the way, but I'm really glad I actually got to pretty much go this year and actually help out, and of course, what they actually have providing for sure. So yeah, I guess either way, maybe I think some things could have been improved on for sure to really help us out a whole lot for sure, and yeah, maybe I think it's mainly because parts of the corset building need better air conditioning for sure, but hey, maybe it's just me talking for sure, but I really do like, of course, what the Gaga provided around that time, and even, of course, yeah, pretty much me vending a table with Crowe, yeah, despite the fact that I actually pretty much it didn't go the way I thought it was gonna go, I say I did a fine job for sure for what it is, and even since after the event was over, part of me does kind of want to feel bad that things did not go the way I thought it was gonna go, but they actually told me to keep my chin up and actually feel happy because, well, seeing how I pretty much it was my first time doing it, I actually did do a good job for sure. So yeah, and I think that's actually what really matters for sure, and not only that, the cosplay contest itself also actually turned out to actually be quite a nice one for sure. So yeah, I guess needless to say, it's not a total loss, of course, my part for sure. I think we actually did pull it off quite well for sure. So yeah, I think it's pretty much what I could say, of course, that front for sure. So yeah, and I do hear that there will be a strong possibility that for next year, if they were to do it again for sure, they might actually make it a full-on convention for sure. So I'll be quite curious to see on how that's gonna go for sure. So yeah, I think it's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front for sure, and yeah, and I guess in terms of me vending a table for the first time, yeah, part of me does kind of want to feel bad, of course, that front, because pretty much none of the prints I actually got listed for a sale actually were ever sold for sure, but hey, I guess it is what it is for sure, and yeah, like I said, pretty much a good number of people, particularly Chelly Pub on Instagram, has reached out to me saying that I actually did it for sure, and yeah, and not to feel too bad, as I actually did quite well, seeing how it was my first time doing it for sure, so yeah. And I guess I might as well take that for what it is for sure. So it's not a huge loss for me, as I wish some things could have been a whole lot better. But I think I actually did the job quite well for sure. So yeah, hopefully I think if I go to the next convention or event that I'll actually go to, maybe I might revamp the idea of course, me vending a table for sure. Like maybe, of course, giving pretty much working on some other items that I will probably selling actually offer to go alongside the prints for sure, and maybe I think reducing them down to instead of $2 and make them about $1 per print, but we'll have to wait and see, of course, that front, and yeah, I think it's what I could say, of course, that front. So yeah. I haven't figured it out just yet, but I am seeking out other options for sure if I were to do this again and actually revisit this concept for sure. So yeah, and maybe do some reworking here and there to really help it make it all the more eye-catching for sure. Because yeah, I guess if anything, if you actually know me as of now, I do want to be experimental. I want to try out new things for sure, and look how well that's turned out for sure, and especially with, of course, me and my cosplays. Like, of course, you still got me as Amber, and since I actually did mention this earlier, I actually was lucky enough to actually dog on my Ballerina Barbara cosplay, and you know, actually dance in that tutu and be on my nice little tippy toes for sure. So, and that's just to name a few, with a whole lot more that I do hope to pursue later on for sure. So yeah, I guess if anything, do I want to grow and evolve for sure? Absolutely. So yeah. Maybe I guess some point around later on, I'll definitely do a little revamp. Of course, the idea of me vending a table at a convention or event pretty soon to see if I can actually pretty much get a much better outcome for sure. But we'll definitely know when the time comes for sure. But I guess until then, I might as well take it for what it is for sure. And yeah, regardless of course, some mishaps and, of course, all the other stuff that has occurred, yeah, Area 51 free RPG Fest this year definitely turned out quite well for sure, and I do hope they'll actually see, of course, what they'll do for next year for sure if they were to do this again for sure, but we'll definitely have to wait and see what they have to say, of course, that front. So yeah. But I guess until that comes around, I think that's pretty much what I can say for of course this one for sure. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching this latest episode for sure, and by all means, let me know in the comment section below on what you thought of this episode for sure. I would definitely love to know on what you guys think for sure. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say. Thank you all so much for watching, and don't worry, hopefully if I get the time, I will plan out on another new episode for sure. In fact, hopefully I think I'll try to figure out on what I'll do for, of course, the next cosplay I'll actually work on for sure, and actually show off for sure, as yeah, I haven't actually done one in quite a long time for sure. Yeah, I definitely need to get that worked out for sure, but I guess until that day comes around, yeah. Alright, there we go. So I guess until that comes around, thank you all so much for watching, and of course, for me, as good Outrigger Amber, and of course, good Baron Bunny, as you can see here. All we can say right now is thank you all so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next episode. Take care, everybody. Special thanks to all of my supporters on Patreon for making today's video possible, including my top tier supporters for this month, VD. So if you want to be like these guys and show your support to us, then go to patreon.com/AckleyTackTV to pledge now, do so, and get some awesome rewards within your budget. Hey guys, this is AckleyTack4427 here. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. Feel free to like, comment, and share if you enjoy what you're seeing. If you like what you see here and want to see more videos coming up, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button and switch on the notification bell to get notifications, and select all notifications to be notified for when we post a new video. And don't forget to switch on notifications on your phone as well. Also, don't forget to check out my second channel and our 2-member channel with Sam the Thomas Fan 1, SamAttack4427TheThomasFan1 Productions, for plenty more content you can't find on here. You can check both of our channels out with the links or by our handles provided on screen. Feel free to shoot me an email with my email address provided, backley95@hotmail.com, if you want to ask me a question, want to collab with me for a project you've got in the works, or if you want to book me to be featured for a convention coming up. Follow me on my social media pages on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to keep up to date with me on updates, announcements, and new releases of my videos, as well as plenty of others I've got with my handles provided, as well as the links down in the description box below. Also, don't forget to follow me on TikTok for other videos I've got aside from the ones I've posted on YouTube, and on Twitch for any future live streams I've got coming up soon, as well as join our official Discord server to see what we've provided. If you wish to show your support to me, then feel free to check out my Patreon to get sneak peeks of my videos coming up before they go up online, as well as getting access to updates and playing more, in addition to getting some awesome rewards within your budget. Also, don't forget to check out and show your support to me on my wishlist on Amazon, and even supporting me at streamlabs.com/AckleyTackTV/tip that you can find in the description box below, as well as on my Twitch page. And in case you can't find any of the links that are provided, then not to worry about a thing. All the links and stuff are also provided on my link tree that you can also find in the description box below, as well as a few selected number of my social media pages. Other than that, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll be sure to see you in the next video. Take care.